Spring 2023. It's just another day in paradise at Gem Organics. You intern there because you're passionate about creating premium nut butters sourced from the finest certified organic ingredients. But while you're in the office, you overhear a meeting. The executives are confused. Why can't they beat Nutella? So you decide to take matters into your own hands. You go to the internet, download the Dude with Sign meme template, make this absolute banger of a meme, log into Gem Organics' Instagram account, and post. It's a success. Sales skyrocket. You save the day. Then on April 5th, 2023, a monster lawsuit from FJerry, the owners of Dude with Sign. I'm starting a new series called Lawsuit Review with friends, where I'm going to be covering lawsuits that I find interesting. However, I understand that the general public might not share the same enthusiasm I have for suing. Let's face it, I'm a bit of a doofus. So to make it more entertaining, I partnered with my friends and local comedians Mason James and Connor Carter. They're going to offer their perspective and also write some jokes into the script as well.
We're going to go ahead and hop in right here since that first part was pretty boring. Tom, what's 5'10" and thinks he's 6 foot and is really awkward in person?
I don't know because
It's
I'm
you.
6'1". I'm 6'1".
No, you're not, Dad. You're 6
Don't
feet, maybe.
call me Dad.
Yeah, whatever, Pops.
Oh, this is off to a great start. So this first case is called FJerry vs. Gem Organics. This is a lawsuit over a meme, specifically this meme, which Gem Organics posted on their Instagram page.
Gem Organics is a company that makes fake Nutella for people that drive Subarus and who think rock climbing is an actual sport. And as if making knockoff Nutella wasn't sad enough, the post only got 78 likes, which is actually pretty good.
It's all relative. It just depends on if you're a world-famous social media star or not.
All right, easy, Dad.
Moving on. Despite the 78 likes, FJerry is making 3 very serious allegations in their lawsuit: copyright infringement, publicity rights infringement, and false endorsement, which could cost Gem Organics hundreds of thousands of dollars. But what really makes this case interesting is that FJerry is a company notorious for stealing other people's work. Founded in 2010 by entrepreneur and Budweiser horse lookalike Elliot Tabele, Elliot boasts a world record 22-inch face. He went as a horse for Halloween, and people were actually trying to pet him. He had to tell them to stop putting carrots in his jack-o'-lantern. Despite the face, FJerry has built a strong cult following through its viral meme content, having an impressive resume of over 30 million followers across their accounts. They've been recognized as one of the internet's top grossing influencers, which has led to lucrative partnerships with Wingstop, Dunkin' Donuts, and other obesity spreaders. In 2019, Forbes claimed Tabele was on his way to becoming the Rupert Murdoch of social media, which is not the best compliment, similar to being the Harvey Weinstein of HR, the Robert F. Kennedy of voice acting, or the Arby's of fast food.
What's wrong with Arby's?
This video isn't long enough.
Okay, Dad.
FJerry's track record, though impressive, has not been squeaky clean, like Mason's head.
I'm sure it's not that noticeable.
Earning its fair share of backlash and negative press due to, ironically, claims of using other people's content without permission. In fact, they have been sued over this before. Here's an example of FJerry getting sued over allegedly taking a content creator's meme text message thread and putting it on their Instagram. However, despite these setbacks, FJerry maintains a strong business across various social media properties, including Dude with Sign, which was launched by FJerry in 2019. The account features employee and Geico caveman lookalike Seth Phillips, holding cardboard sign statements protesting everyday annoyances. With close to 8 million Instagram followers, the account regularly solicits hundreds of thousands, if not millions of likes, comments, and impressions. The account has been featured in Forbes, Men's Journal, and US Weekly. In addition to the official Dude with Sign posts, it has spawned a universe of people using Dude with Sign as a meme template. Users from all corners of the internet have taken Dude with Sign and posted their version of what he would say, which, as we've learned, FJerry, the owner of Dude with Sign, is not a fan of, having filed over a dozen lawsuits against those who have used the Dude with Sign meme, including the one against Gem Organics. Now, I would argue that mixing pistachio and ginseng is basically a lawsuit waiting to happen, but that's besides the point. Yes, Mason.
What's ginseng?
Connor, what's ginseng?
Why do you think I know what ginseng is?
Do you know what ginseng is?
It's a root with a lot of... I actually brought some if y'all wanted to try it, but it's a root with medicinal qualities. You can get it on Amazon.
What does it taste like?
It tastes good. Tastes like green...
It just seems ironic that FJerry would file a lawsuit against someone else for using their meme template. But I guess it's just like anything else involving a lot of money. There's always lawyers lurking in the shadows, waiting to leech on like the blood-sucking creatures that we are. But even I don't know how you can sue over a meme.
The cases are about the use of the images themselves, whether that's copyright infringement or not, and then the use of the dude himself, like the image of the dude with the sign, commercially, which FJerry says violates the dude's publicity rights. So if you're taking content you didn't create, one or both of those issues could be at play, especially if you're using that content commercially.
Freud is a handsome-ish lawyer who specializes in marketing and e-commerce issues for brands, agencies, and creators. He's a leading expert on this topic, and what are you whispering?
Sorry, Dad.
He was telling me I wasn't funny. No, it's okay. Just all constructive.
Rob sat down with me for an interview on this subject. Rob discussed all three allegations in FJerry's complaint, and we'll start with the copyright claim. For anyone who doesn't know, copyright is a form of intellectual property protection granted to creators of original works that includes a variety of mediums: books, music, nudes, and you guessed it, even memes. Okay, I know y'all wrote nudes in there, but technically, depending on the circumstance, you actually can copyright a nude.
Thank goodness.
All right, great talk. Copyright law is designed to give creators the exclusive right to reproduce, distribute, and display their work. For meme creators, this means that they own the right to their original memes, meaning they have the legal authority to decide how their creations are used and how they can make money from their memes through licensing and other forms of commercialization. And if you're like me, you might be saying, hey Tom, most memes aren't created on purpose, they just happen, like babies. That's what makes them memes. For example, when Michael Jordan was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame, the third best player of all time probably thought that the highlight of the night would be celebrating his 11 All-NBA teams, 5 MVPs, 6 Final MVPs, and 6 rings, 8 if you include his marriages. Instead, we got this, a meme that people who don't even know who Michael Jordan is use all the time.
Personally, I'm not much of an MJ guy. I'm more like a Larry Bird, Pete Maravich, Bill Walton kind of guy. Like really, I think you should just set up the offense, bounce pass, fundamentals, turn the music down, those kind of things.
Yeah, tattoos, not a fan.
How do you feel about that, Dad?
I don't know. We're gonna get canceled. And while a fair amount of memes are created through happenstance, there is an entire industry that revolves around monetizing memes. And FJerry, the owner of Dude with Sign, is very much in the business of memes. But copyright just seems so vague. Is everything on the internet copyrighted?
There's a difference between whether something is protected by copyright and whether a piece of content is registered with the Copyright Office. So anytime that anyone creates a new creative work, an original work, and they fix it in a tangible medium is what the law says, meaning, you take a photo or you paint a painting or make a drawing or something like that. At the time you create it, you own the copyright in that work. If you register that work with the Copyright Office, that is required for you to sue if someone infringes your copyright. So by default, everything that's an original work that's fixed in some kind of medium is copyrighted. Whether you can do something about it and go to court over it depends on whether you've registered it with the Copyright Office.
As Rob explained, in order to sue for copyright infringement, the alleged work needs to have been registered with the U.S. Copyright Office. Located in the Library of Congress and maintaining an impressive 3.4-star Google rating, making it the highest Google rating in government by 3.3 stars.
I wish I could give a rating to the current administration.
What would it be?
I don't know. Not good. We've actually pulled up some of these reviews, and they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, my favorite is Anthony Dickerson, a 17-year-old Eagle Scout. Got some hate mail from them recently, which led to a 1-star review. That's fun.
I love this. This is a 2-star review from Mr. Aaron Thomas. Can we say names?
Or Miss.
Yeah, it's public, yeah.
This is a 2-star review from Aaron Thomas. Some of the staff at the Copyright Office are mean. Yeah, Aaron, that's life, all right? These people hate their lives. It was 11 years ago.
There's another one I like. They didn't say anything. Their name's just Fong Chong Chong, which is fun to say.
I like saying that. Oh, yeah, look, here's another good name. Candy Gumbong.
Okay, despite the Google reviews, the U.S. Copyright Office is where you can register a copyright. And this is used to display clear and public evidence of ownership. In the case of a legal dispute, the registered copyright serves as prima facie evidence of ownership. It's kind of like when you're a kid and someone takes your stuff and you say, hey, that's mine. They might ask you, well, is your name on it? This is how you put your name on it. In FJerry's case, they have registered several dude with signed photos, meaning that FJerry has the legal right to seek damages for copyright infringement. And those damages are serious. The law allows for damages up to $150,000 per violation plus attorney's fees. There's a defense to copyright infringement. It's called fair use.
There are situations where you can ask the court to say, okay, you copied it, it would be infringement, but what you did is fair use. And there's a number of factors that the court has to assess in determining whether something is fair use. And those factors include like the nature of the secondary use of it, whether it's commercial, whether it's transformative, the effect on the market for the original.
When assessing whether or not a particular use falls under the fair use doctrine, courts consider these 4 key factors. The first factor, purpose and character of use, assesses the key question of whether or not the new work is transformative in nature.
My dad says I lack purpose and character.
I know.
There's 3 other factors that he says. He just doesn't mention them.
Going back to purpose and character of use, the key question is, does it add something new to the original work, or is it merely a verbatim copy? Works that offer commentary, criticism, or parody are more likely to be considered fair use.
So, like, for example, if someone, maybe future me, made a meme with the photo that said, this is Attorney Tom. He just got out of learning how to smile class. That's fine. That's fair use.
Yes.
Good.
Has anyone told you smile like you look like you have to go to the bathroom?
Like a lot?
What does that even mean?
I mean, don't do it, but you're doing it right now.
You're making me self-conscious.
Sorry, Dad.
This is going great. Now, if you watch a lot of YouTube, you might hear creators discussing fair use and making their videos transformative. But it's important to remember that the content being transformative is only one of the fair prongs used in the fair use analysis test. And while it's true this prong might be given the most weight, it's not necessarily outcome determinative. In some cases, one of the other 3 fair use analysis prongs might be particularly noteworthy. And for professional meme makers such as Dude with Sign, it's the 4th prong, the effect on the market, that has a substantial amount of influence. That's because Dude with Sign is a cash cow for FJerry, who's in the business of monetizing their digital assets. To summarize their argument against fair use, it's pretty straightforward. Why would Wingstop or Dunkin' Donuts or any other stool softener pay for a sponsorship with Dude with Sign if they can just create their own meme? That would negatively affect FJerry's ability to participate in the sponsorship marketplace. Conversely, if you take the effect on the marketplace out of the equation, you're probably fine altering and posting a meme.
So basically, you can post any meme you want, and it'll be fair use as long as you don't affect the marketplace.
Probably, if you're using a meme whose underlying photo is copyrighted, meaning they can sue you, it's probably going to be fair use if it's for a non-commercial purpose. But if it's for a commercial purpose, again, it affects the marketplace, so they can sue you. I literally just spent 10 minutes talking about that.
All right. Well, you didn't have to condescend me.
But it's important to remember, at the end of the day, fair use is a defense to copyright infringement, meaning in order to prove fair use, you first have to get sued and then prove your defense in court. Something that would likely cost tens of thousands of dollars to do. So remember that, Connor. When you post your meme, I can sue you and make your life hell.
Yeah. I get it.
And we're not out of the woods yet, because remember, we still have to talk about the potential publicity rights violations as well. I'll provide a fun example. Let's say I took a funny screenshot of Anderson Cooper. Super good looking guy, so I could definitely see this happening. I adjusted the exposure to said screenshot, inserted red eyes, gave Coop fire breath like the little sassy dragon he is, slapped on some words, and posted it to my tequila company's Instagram page. This is a bona fide happenstance meme, right? I mean, even though I'm using it for a commercial purpose, there's no way Anderson Cooper has registered this screenshot with the US Copyright Office. I mean, he likely isn't even the copyright holder of the news telecast, and he certainly is not a professional meme maker. He would never sell this screenshot for other endorsement deals, so there's no effect on the marketplace because there is no marketplace, meaning the photo is fair use, right?
The right of publicity is the right of an individual to control the commercial use of their name, image, and likeness. And it doesn't apply just to celebrities or famous people. In states like California, everyone has a right to control the commercial use of their likeness, and you don't have to be an influencer or anybody with any kind of following to bring that kind of claim. And so here what they're saying is, like, the dude with sign himself, I'm forgetting his name right now, but he has the right to control the commercial use of his image. And these brands have not obtained a license or any kind of, or have any agreement with him that grants them the right to do that. His face is in these ads. It arguably implies that he's endorsing these brands in some way. And so you have a pretty straightforward publicity rights claim there.
So even if this photo were considered fair use, it still could likely be violating Anderson Cooper's publicity rights. Let's be honest, I wouldn't be against violating him in general. Do I want to? I plead the fifth. Guys.
Dad, whoa.
Guys.
Dad, keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Should have read this before we started.
Yeah.
I mean, how is that guy only 56? If he's 56, then I'm a little gopher. What does that even mean?
It means you're a little gopher.
It means Coop is... He's a man amongst men.
And this photo is actually a real example. However, instead of Tom's tequila,
Which sounds disgusting.
Yeah, sounds like there's Xanax already in it.
this photo was posted by Jaja Tequila, which is owned by Maurice Tabele, the brother of FJerry's founder. Founder, more like flounder. That noggin looks like it's filled with protein with his flat fish face looking ass. Guys, we need to tone it down.
I didn't do that one.
Me neither.
That was Khan.
Okay.
When criticized about Jaja's marketing methods, Tabele argued that this type of content falls under parody, which, like copyright infringement, is a defense to using someone's publicity rights because, after all, in the United States, we pride ourselves on the notion of free speech. And if every unauthorized mention of a person was a violation of publicity rights, well, we wouldn't have the ability to report the news, make movies, or even tell jokes. Although, unlike copyright infringement, publicity rights focus on the name, image, and likeness of the individual, not necessarily the owner of the content. As it relates to Dude with Sign, FJerry is the owner of the account, but Seth Phillips is the guy actually holding the sign. The laws governing publicity rights are state-specific, meaning one's ability to sue under this cause of action varies drastically from state to state. Here, both Phillips and FJerry are located in New York, which coincidentally has one of the strongest publicity rights laws in the country. And they are putting that law to work, alleging that the defendants did in fact violate New York's publicity rights statute in every case filed so far. Meaning, even if a court held that the Dude with Sign meme promoting some obscure fake Nutella brand was considered fair use, it still could be a violation of Seth Phillips' publicity rights.
Wait, so something can be fair use for copyright, but it still violates publicity rights?
So yeah, basically, according to my research, everything in general is fair game unless you use it as a quote-unquote disguised advertisement. That's the word that they use in New York. So like here, Cooper for Jaja Tequila is clearly just a disguised advertisement, right, for the brand. So that's what makes it. That's the point I'm trying to communicate.
Yikes.
I mean, what are you doing? What? It's your question. So you didn't say it last time, but you gotta
This
say
one.
the response.
He was saying he was explaining.
I know. You have to be the response, though. Yikes, is that what you want to go with?
Yeah,
That's your final answer?
Like he's being mean.
I know.
So now that we've covered the copyright infringement and the publicity rights infringement, we now have to cover false endorsement because FJerry is also suing for that. Going back to the Anderson Cooper example, something I go back to from time to time, a reasonable consumer might not think Anderson Cooper actually endorses Jaja Tequila because of the nature of the meme. However, if Jaja took a semi-realistic photo of a celebrity holding a tequila glass, well then they might be in trouble.
Wait, I'm getting a report that says Jaja Tequila posted unauthorized edited images of Amy Poehler, Idris Elba, and Will Smith, and also other famous people to advertise their product.
It's crazy. I don't know what type of tequila company would use celebrities to promote their product. Seems pretty low. But as it relates to Dude with Sign, these endorsements do seem reasonable because, I mean, that's what Dude with Sign does. So these defendants very well might be in violation of false endorsement as well.
So false endorsement is like when you make it seem like someone's endorsing your product, and publicity rights is if you just use their name, image, and likeness?
Right. Most false endorsements are also going to be publicity rights violations, but not all publicity rights violations are going to be false endorsement. It all just depends on how reasonable the endorsement seems to the consumer. And then also on top of that, the asterisk for the publicity rights endorsement is publicity rights vary state by state, so it depends on where the parties are located, whereas false endorsement is a federal claim under the Lanham Act.
Okay. Two things. You don't have to be so condescending. And then the second thing, it's kind of like a chicken and an egg situation.
Yeah, kind of.
I feel like you've just gotten more offensive throughout our show today.
I mean, we get it. You're smart. You make a lot.
You won't put your damn phone
Saved
on
by
silent.
the phone!
Don't cut, Dirk.
Hey,
You
baby.
gotta hear this, Derek.
Don't cut. Next time she calls, I'm answering on the other side.
Say we want a quote to replace our 2 AC units.
2 AC.
Two. All right, King in the castle. King in the castle.
Okay, this is a very distracting way of doing content, but let's find out what happened to FJerry versus Gem Organics. From looking at the Pacer, it appears that once these cases get filed, almost all of them are dismissed after just a few months. What does this mean?
That means that the defendants are settling. That's almost certainly what that means.
Wow, so Gem Organics probably settled their claim with FJerry, and they aren't alone. FJerry has sued over a dozen users who have posted the Dude with Sign. And there seems to be a common thread between all of these cases: commercial purpose. Every lawsuit filed has been against a commercial entity, but something still doesn't seem right. No, not the fact that Cooper never seems to age, or the fact that I've never seen him and Batman in the same room. Side note, quick poll, you have 30 minutes with Clooney or Cooper. Who are you going with?
Personally, I'd go both, right? Ocean's 11, Clooney will always have my heart. But on New Year's Eve, Cooper could steal it for one unforgettable night, especially with a couple shots of Jaja in me. Is his jawline always that pronounced? Perfectionists never look so distinguished.
Moving on.
Okay.
I thought this was about the law. That's what I was
Cooper's
told.
above the law.
The law of attraction. You seen that guy?
However, there is one piece of the puzzle still missing. Just because we understand a little bit about the law doesn't explain why FJerry decided to sue these 13 companies out of the hundreds of companies who have used their meme. How do you think FJerry's patrolling the internet looking for potential infringements?
There are service providers that will do that for you. I don't know exactly the mechanics of how it works, but there are ways to search the internet for instances of a photograph or other piece of content and identify where on the internet it is.
We need to go further. When examining all of the complaints, something clicked. Every single one of the defendants that FJerry sued tagged Dude with Sign. So So to recap, if the meme you post uses an underlying work that is registered with the United States Copyright Office, they can sue you for copyright infringement. If the meme uses the name, image, or likeness of a person, they can sue you for publicity rights infringement. If the meme creates a reasonable looking endorsement, they can sue you for false endorsement. But you are probably okay to use the meme as long as it's not for a commercial purpose. But if you're going to post a meme that you do not own for a commercial purpose, do not tag the creator. Thanks for watching. Bye. And while
This video's gonna have 80 views.
What, this video?
Yeah, Tom's gonna text us. Hey guys,
this is a one and done.
This is a
one
fun
and done.
experiment. We're done.